Welcome everybody to the Button Mappers podcast. Spencer, do you want to hear our new intro?
Yes.
Let me see what I can do here. Hey, can you hear that? It's in your intro. It's not playing.
I can't hear it.
Nah. I was trying to make the Frogger theme our new intro, but it's not going to work. Welcome to the show, everybody. We are the Button Mappers. I'm Alex. This is Spencer. That's Spencer, and I'm Alex. And we are here today to talk about a few different topics. If you like the show, make sure to give us a like, give us a sub, follow us on YouTube because this is where we are, and make sure you listen to the show. I think this is going to be on Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well. We have some great topics today. Going down the docket here, we are going to be talking about what we want to see in a potential Steamdeck 2. We know it's coming eventually. Valve would be stupid not to pursue that. So that's one of our topics. We are going to be predicting the Game Awards for 2025. That's right. Jeff Keighley's old Game Awards. Me and Spencer think we know Jeff Keighley better than him. So we are going to try to predict what the outcome of that award show will be, because I think the headcanon here, Spencer, is that I think Jeff Keighley picks all of those awards himself. And lastly, Spencer's going to share a movie with me that he watched recently. It's a movie called War of the Worlds, and I can't wait to hear about it.
It's gonna be a doozy.
See, this is where we need the intro. So I can be like, sit back, relax, and get ready. I don't know. Do you like my pointing? Do you like when I point to the camera?
I like it.
Sit back, relax, and get ready for the show. Yeah, it's like very
in
very
your face. It's aggressive. It gets my blood flowing. I think we should point more often. I think we should change our logo to a finger.
Ooh. Can we hey, people listening or watching watching the podcast, listening, you wouldn't know. I could be pointing at you the whole time. You wouldn't know. People watching the podcast, every time I point to the camera, make sure you drop a comment and say point cam. That way we can keep track of how many times I pointed at the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's point cam.
Point cam.
Right there. See, you gotta get the involvement, Spencer. You gotta get the audience involvement on the show.
Yeah, we struggle with that, but hopefully this is the thing that does it.
So this is my thing, point cam. So what's your thing?
My thing yeah, I should. I mean, we talked about like having catchphrases. I guess yours isn't really a catchphrase; it's like a catch point. But
yeah,
mine should be like I gotta get like a cool, like, you know, in the show about the nerds, he goes bazinga.
Oh yeah.
I gotta get my bazinga. Yeah. What's my bazinga?
Just don't even think about it. Just feel it out. Make something up right now.
Okay. Let's go. I hate Mexicans. No. That's not a good one. That's not a good one. Hold on.
It's more of a guttural sound.
Oh no, that's me. That's me just trying to rev my creative engines.
Oh, I thought that was it.
Like it's something that gotta come out and
ring.
Come on and hit somebody with. What if whenever I make fun of something I go sick burn or something like that?
There you go. Yeah, but like you apply it at points where it's not a sick burn.
Yeah, it's inappropriate sick burn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if I was, if I'm just like, hey Spencer, I'm actually not gonna be on next week's episode because my grandmother just died and I'm gonna need some time off for that.
Sick burn.
Not cool, man.
I
love my grandmother.
I love her dearly. She's a great woman.
Yeah, now she's gone.
And
I would appreciate if you didn't make fun of her because she did indeed die in a fire.
she died.
It actually was a sick burn that killed her.
Yeah.
So.
Scorched.
All right. So for this first segment, we are going to be talking about the Steam Deck, and more importantly, what we want to see in a Steam Deck successor, the Steam Deck 2. The Steam Deck has been like hugely profitable for Valve. So I think it goes without saying that like we're going to see something eventually. I don't know if it will be a Steam Deck 2, but there will be some kind of like refresh or something to that hardware eventually. We kind of already like half saw it when they did like the Steam Deck OLED randomly.
Yeah.
Because like even though that like had a better screen, I think they also added a few performance things to it as well. Um, so yeah, we're just gonna go back and forth and talk about like the Steam Deck and what we want the Steam Deck too. I guess before we go to that, I want to ask you, Spencer. Like, it's been a while since we've talked about it. Like, what are your current thoughts on like the Steam Deck now, and like, do you use it? Like,
It's fine. I don't. I go through phases with consoles. Like there'll be times where I'm playing a lot of PS5 and then I just stop for months. And there's times I'm playing a Switch and I'll just start and then stop for months. And Steam Deck's kind of out of that rotation right now, but there will be a time when that's my main console for a while. Um, I think we're gonna have different opinions on what we think of the next Steam Deck 2 should have or should be. So I'm excited to talk about that with you. But overall, I think it's a great console.
okay.
I think it needs work to be a console though. So that's kind of my thing.
It's true. But I think like in its marketplace, which you have to think about, like its marketplace isn't really like in the store besides like the Switch and stuff. Like its marketplace is in its little like realm of weird piece like PC handhelds with like
Hmm.
the ROG Ally and the Lenovo Go thing or whatever they have. Um, you have to think like in that marketplace, like the Steam Deck is still the most accessible one because it's the only one that does offer you like a console experience on that type of platform and not a computer experience on that type of platform. Because I've seen like I watch reviews all the time whenever like the new ones come out, and because I just want to see like how powerful they are and like what they can do because it's like interesting.
Yeah.
But every time I see a reviewer pull out the ROG Ally or the Lenovo Go or the whatever company's doing it this week, and I see them navigate like Windows on that thing and stuff. I'm immediately like no, like I'm not I don't want it. Like I don't want to mess with that.
Hmm.
So I still think the Steam Deck in that sense is still like the best in terms of like this. It is a gaming PC, but like it feels like a console first and foremost.
Until it reminds you that it's not.
Until
And
it
I,
reminds you that's not.
I
Yeah,
think that's like the debate with where Nintendo succeeds in a weird way is it's like a lesser handheld, but you always feel like you're in a console ecosystem where everything like kind of works together and you switch and in Steam Deck I do like the interface in general, but there will be a moment where you're like, "Oh, I switched to this game that I can't wait to play it because I have it on my Steam library." And then it's like, "Oh, it's not. This one doesn't work, unfortunately." You're like, "Okay."
I would rather like the ones that like are just don't like flat out don't work. I'm like okay, like I get it, whatever. But the ones that bother me are the ones where they half work. Where like it'll come with a message and it'll be like, yeah, it works, but you're gonna have to like deal with some funk. Like you're gonna have to deal with like text you can't read or
yeah.
like some like a mouse input or whatever it is. It's like you're gonna have to deal with this stuff or like remapping the controls for certain things. And it's like that's when it breaks for me. Is like I would rather those games if they're not suited for the Steam Deck. I would honestly rather instead of them like being like yeah you can play them technically. I'd rather them just be like nope like this doesn't work.
Yeah, and I can see where people will be angry about that, but really like it kind of it adds like a layer of frustration to using it that I think I would rather just avoid.
Well, I'm like a good example of that is I'm super excited for the new Digimon Stories game. So I wanted to play some Cyber Sleuth again, and I have it on Steam. So I was like, I want to play this on Steam Deck. It is listed as non-compatible, and when you try to boot it up normally, it is non-compatible, which is confusing. If you go onto a website called ProtonDB, which will just kind of like give you a rundown of like what works on the Proton platform and stuff, which is what that OS is. If you go on there and type in a game, they'll usually have user reviews and like user tips on like how to get things working. And with that one, it was like I had to go in and I had to completely like have it run off of an older version of the software in
Hmm.
order to start up, and then it worked fine after that. So it's like some games work, but it's just like you have to mess with it to get it to that point, and it's like that breaks the immersion of it being like accessible console
Yeah.
sometimes, where it's like, well, you can play it, but you're gonna have to like tinker, and it's like nobody really wants to tinker.
Because yeah, like, I think our brains, they've done so well with consoles. They figured it out, and people expect things to just happen. And I think that Steam Deck fails on that delivery. It's so close. It's so close, but it's just there's an element of, if I pick up this Steam Deck, I'm gonna have to make some kind of sacrifice right now, and do some time before I play this game, even if it's just like a couple clicks. But it's not a full thing, and that's kind of a problem.
No,
So
and I want to make it clear because you gave your 2 cents, but I love the Steam Deck and I play it all the time. And it's probably like my favorite thing right now. And I've this is like my second year of owning it, but I'm gonna be fair with my criticisms though, because it is far from like a perfect experience, but I still do think like it's still the best in terms of like value right now if you're wanting a handheld.
I do have some other issues, but it'll come into what we're talking about, so I'll save them for that. But yeah, we should get started, I think.
Yeah, we should get started. All right, the Steam Deck. Gabe Newell uh he's come down from his chair, his throne,
Yeah.
and he says, "I deliver upon thee, people, Steam Deck 2." What are the new features, Spencer?
What are the new features, or the new
Yeah, what
everything?
are the new what? Yeah, just everything.
Okay. I think this might be one of our first big disagreements on this one. I don't know what you're thinking on it. And I probably disagree with a lot of people online. I want it to be smaller. And I mean like
Oh,
much smaller. Like like maybe the size of a cell phone,
oh wow, that's small.
or like a Game Boy Advance SP type thing. Something just very, very, I know obviously it has more buttons, but they can figure that out. But something that I can legitimately take on a trip, or take in my pocket somewhere and take it. I do not take the Steam Deck on the go at all. I would never would. There's another reason, but we'll talk about that later. But the Steam Deck is completely unreliable to me as a mobile device. It's a mobile in your home device for me.
Yeah.
um,
Well,
yeah, I would like it to be very small.
no, I agree on that front. I don't know if I want it that small, or like if they could make it that small. I mean, it'd be nice because I am nostalgic for like even like the 3DS like XLs and stuff. Like
Mhm.
I'm nostalgic for things I could just put in my pocket and stuff and go somewhere or like do whatever with. Because that doesn't really exist anymore. Like even with the Switch consoles. No, I agree. I do think it should be smaller. Like whenever I thought it should be smaller, I thought like the original Switch would be like the smallest they could probably do with the
I'd
hardware
I'd be
that
down
they have
with
to do.
that. Yeah, I'd be cool with that.
But even with that, even with the original Switch, like you still had that problem of like if you wanted to take it anywhere, you gotta like load it in the diaper bag and you gotta put it in the thing. And it's like a whole process.
Yeah.
And it's like and then you have to like if you don't want to like carry like if you're just going somewhere, like I mean, if you're going on a trip, you put it like in luggage or whatever. But if you're like just going somewhere for like the day and you want to take it with you, like you have to lug around a carrying case with your device in it, and then
Mhm.
it's like you just look like a fucking loser, like carrying around your like Legend of Zelda Switch case or whatever it is all
Yeah.
day, being like, well, this case I want to play Mario, you know? And so it's it's like that's always been the problem with those bigger handhelds. So I agree, but realistically, I don't know how small they could make it, and still add the features they need to add, or like add the like because like I think one of the big ones is that it needs to be more powerful, because we're when we're at the point where Nintendo is like with the Switch 2, they have games that are rivaling what the Steam Deck can do. That's an obvious like, okay, well obviously like they need to, because like Nintendo's not the forefront of power ever, and when it comes to their consoles, they haven't
Hmm.
been doing that for years. So it's like if Nintendo Switch 2 has reached the point to where the games look the same, if not better, I don't know, as the Steam Deck, then the Steam Deck needs to leapfrog ahead and be on par with, say, the PS5 or something. I think that's an easy one. So with that, I don't know how small they could make it if they need to be, if they need a more powerful device.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know if I even want it necessarily need it to be more powerful. I think what
I
I
think it needs to, though, just to like accommodate new games. I think if they release a new Steam Deck that couldn't play newer games, because like we're almost on that cusp where like the Steam Deck is going to have a lot of, it does have a lot of hard like trouble running newer games, from like this year or last year. Like if they release something that doesn't run some of the newer games, where it's going to be an automatic like, well, why would I buy that for
Mhm.
some people?
Yeah, I mean it's I guess the requisite increase in power, but I don't need it to be overly strong. I really don't want it to need to compete with my PC. That and I when I play these kinds of mobile things, I just expect a sacrifice and that kind of quality. So I don't even really consider it. But I guess yeah, enough to make it compete for 5 years or be able to play modern games for 5 years. That is sure that much, but I'm not as power hungry for that stuff.
Do you think they should have like a maybe they should do maybe they shouldn't, but I was thinking like maybe they should do like Microsoft requires developers, where it's like maybe the Steam Deck 2 is like a little more powerful than like a Series S, right? Because like with Xbox, it's like whenever you develop for them for their platform, it's like your games have to be scalable for Series X and Series X. That
Hmm.
that way, if you only have a Series S, you can still play them, even if they obviously are not going to look as nice. Maybe like that's a requirement of some sort. Is like if your game's going to be like on Steam or something, or like maybe you should offer scalable settings if it's verified, or I don't know. It's an idea, to
It's
be like,
it's tricky because there's and this is another reason that it's hard to really bring that PC thing into this into like a console that console players gamers are used to is PC is so much more open and so much less restrictive, and that's one of the things they like about it is that you can be a game creator and create something that is wholly unique to this platform, and it doesn't fit in like these rules. I'll give you an example. There's a game that just came out that you cast spells by shouting the name of the spell into the microphone. And so you're like, fireball, fireball, and the character will shoot a fireball. Now, if we required that to work with the Steam Deck 2, we would now have to require that the Steam Deck 2 has a built-in microphone. I don't know if it does or doesn't. That's beyond the point. What I'm saying is that now you're requiring that, and that adds to a build quality that will now affect every game that comes out, regardless of
that's
if
true.
you want it to. And so now you're paying for a microphone in a thing that, I mean,
Okay,
yeah.
that's true, but I more meant like in terms of like the scalability of like the power of a game. Like obviously something like that wouldn't work if they're not going to include a microphone. You wouldn't want to. your game wouldn't be. But like, not all games are going to be verified, right? But like, it's more like I don't know how you would approach it, but like having say GTA 6 comes out, right?
Yeah.
And it comes out on Steam, and it's obviously it's made for the it's made with the most powerful PC in mind. But in order to ensure that people that only bought a Steam Deck or want to play on Steam Deck can play that game, Valve says like, hey, can you try to make sure you include like scalable features that will accommodate deck players, like even if it's it's going to be a lesser experience,
You know what
but
Valve?
like is
You know what
sorry,
they
go ahead.
could do is they could give the developers an incentive and say when users buy your product, if it has a Steam Deck mode or something, like a setting in the settings that automatically scale it to a Steam Deck setting, we'll give you like an extra 2% back.
Yeah.
And that would make it the ecosystem so much cleaner.
Oh my God, yes, because
And they would
that's one
still
of my
make
biggest
tons of money.
problems. That's one of my biggest issues with Steam Deck is that I love using it, but like, when I start playing a new game, like I started playing Metaphor, and I'm playing that on Steam Deck. But like the issue is that like when I start playing like out the box, it runs like garbage, and I have to go in and I have to like figure out like what's the most optimal way to play this on my Steam Deck. And then most of the time it resorts in me going on like Reddit and seeing what other people have done and
Yeah.
then testing those out.
Uh,
And it's annoying. Well, like, and I did get it to work and it looks fine and it plays fine. But like if there was just one setting in the game's options that says deck mode and I switch to it and it just automatically sets everything to what would work best on a Steam Deck. Like fuck yeah, like that would be great. I can just play that way because like I don't mind losing some like fidelity or whatever because I'm playing handheld. Like I don't care. Like I want to play handheld. That's
right,
what
right.
I.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to max settings. So yeah, I think that would be an option for them. I know they would technically lose a little bit of money, but they would really improve their product that way.
Well, yeah, and like I can already hear people saying like, "Well, what about like indie developers? That's not fair for them." Those indie developers, their games probably already run on Steam Deck, so it doesn't
True.
matter. I'm talking, yeah, it's the AAA developers
But
that I'm
but
talking
but
about.
that would work for them as well. They would get again, the point is that they would get a bigger cut if they
Yeah.
optimized it for Steam Deck. And if they didn't, well then they don't get that.
Wow.
But they they could if they wanted to, and there you go. And I'm sure, and like you said, I'm sure it wouldn't be very hard. I'm sure
Yeah.
their 2D Metroidvania game will run fine on the
Yeah,
Steam
it will
Deck.
run fine. Yeah, that's honestly one of the best things that Steam Deck is used for now, which mine is definitely is that like indie games. Like I can assure myself that like whenever new indie games get shown or announced, like I can play them on my Steam Deck. Like they're going to be deck compatible
Yeah,
because most indie games go for tend to be more simple with their art style or like what they require. Some aren't, but most of them do. Um, um, so some other features that I think would be nice, and we talked about this like a long time ago on my channel, is the fact that like yeah, like you have access to the entire Steam library, so you can play games, but like a lot of the older Steam like games that are on Steam that are like older PC games require mouse and keyboard, and there's not really an easy way to like bind that to a controller now. Like you can do it, but like it's gonna take you forever to figure out like, okay, what do I need to set this to and set this to and this button is this and like it's still a little wonky sometimes. Like I would also just like an easy way to be like, okay, this game uses a mouse and keyboard, automatic mapping it to your controller. Like just making it work somehow. I don't know how you would go about doing that, but just like some software that could be like, okay, and I'm sure it's doable to be like, okay, like this game uses this layout on mouse and keyboard. Obviously, you're using a Steam Deck. Here's the most optimal way to play it on your Steam Deck. So that way, if I want to go back and I want to play fucking Prince of Persia: Sands of Time or whatever on the PC release, I can do that without having to worry about like, oh man, did I map the this to the right thing? Like, did I, it's because that's been a big annoyance for me. It was like the older games.
yeah. That's the older back library. I don't know what you do with that because you're not going to get a developer to come back to that or
Well,
do
see,
anything.
and that's what I'm saying. Not the developer. I'm saying Valve could integrate some sort of software within the deck that would
Yeah,
automatically do that,
maybe they could
or like
use
try to do
AI
that.
to do it.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
I don't know.
there has to be some feature that they could implement in the Steam Deck 2 to be like, we noticed this game isn't controller compatible, but we can do our best to make it, controller compatible for you.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. Um, one of the things I want from it is an obvious one, and it's the other reason I can't take it reliably anywhere outside of the house
I know what you're gonna say.
is I need it to last longer than 2 hours.
You need to be pretty. You need a better skin. I'm just kidding. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the battery life can be atrocious sometimes. It depends on what you're playing. But yeah.
Well, but if the promise is that it plays computer games, that
Yeah.
promise is it's basically not a mobile
The
console.
the promise is that, like, yeah, I can go on my Steam Deck right now and I can play Helldivers 2 or whatever, or Baldur's Gate 3 for an hour
Yeah.
without a power source.
Yeah. Yeah, no good. No good. That is unacceptable. And again, that's kind of why I'm thinking more compact. I'll sacrifice even some extra power for it. If I could just get something where I could reliably if I'm driving from Phoenix to California and I'm in the passenger seat, I want something I can play for a majority of that ride. And that's
Like
5 to 6 hours.
yeah, I would say, like, is 6 hours like your goal for the battery?
I
So like
think so. I think that's fair. Like I that used to be what you would do with a handheld was is like, oh, I'm taking it somewhere so I can play it on the go. The
yeah,
Steam Deck is too big and too slow, or well, too quick to die. I guess I don't know what the word would be there.
yeah.
So it's there's no way for me to justify taking that with me if it's like, oh yeah, I'll have something to do for an hour.
Well, yeah, and like I remember whenever like the original 3DS came out and I got it, like like the fat glossy 3DS, like the
Yeah,
first model. That battery life was like 4 hours or something, and I remember being like, "Man, this battery life kind of sucks." And then now looking back with like the Switch and like with the first model Switch and then the Steam Deck, I'm like, "Man, I had it made with
yeah.
that 3DS." Because yeah, now it's like if I want to play anything semi-powerful on my Steam Deck, it's just eats that battery for lunch.
Yeah, and the size of the Steam Deck, and the Switch has a problem with it too, but it's not as big. But the Steam Deck is just so big that it's like I'm on a couch with my girlfriend, and it's like taking up real estate. Where I'm like, we might as well be in separate rooms at this point because I'm holding this up and it's like she's blocked, like nothing. I can't see
Yeah.
anything. I want something that's like compact.
I I liked the ergonomics of the Steam Deck. I think it feels like good to hold still. Over like the Switch. So that's my only worry, is that if they like did reduce the size quite a bit, like I don't the Switch cramps my hands to hold
Hmm.
and play. So I would get worried that like they would mess that up, but probably not though. They seem to be pretty smart about that. Um, what other features would we like to see on the Steam Deck 2? Um, I mean, the Steam Deck's already pretty good with giving you a lot of options for customization of the hardware and software. It's pretty good about emulation. It's just great on that thing. Like it's like the emulation machine. If you want one. I think
Kind
a big
of.
one would be I think the big one for me would be like, they promote it, and I do use it this way. They promote it as being a dockable console, but I need it to. They really need to focus it on that and like make it feel like more of an actual feature rather than just something you can do. Because you can figure out like the best way it works docked, but it doesn't really like do that out of the box. Like you kind of have to like fiddle and be like, okay, this controller works best. Like these settings work best. This dock, like it's not as easy as the Switch where you just pop it on the dock and then you're playing Mario.
Mm.
Like that's they really should focus on that and be like, okay, here's like the Switch. I mean the Steam Deck 2. Here's the Steam Deck 2 dock. You plop it on there. You're playing fucking God of War or whatever you want to play. Like that should be a focus, I think, because I mean it is nice to have a handheld that I can just like emulate easily on and then dock to a TV and then be like, look, I'm playing Donkey Kong 64 on my HD TV or something.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I think overall the Steam Deck is pretty good. So there's not a whole lot I would add. Those things that I said I would just change, or maybe even make like a Steam Deck Lite. I would buy that. I would prefer that, where it's just even pared more down, but it's smaller and has better battery life. I would take that.
Okay, so if you wouldn't add anything else, what would you remove?
I would remove the touchpad thing. I
Trackpads?
Yeah, I have no interest in that. I think that is a horrible, horrible.
I actually don't
solution.
hate them. I actually think they're okay for some games. Like I've played some more like point and click style games or games that like I'm trying to think of like more strategy games like XCOM or like that kind of stuff. Like or some like RPGs like Shadowrun where I have to use a mouse. And I actually think they work okay for that. Like I prefer using those over like a mouse mapped to the stick. Feels kind of gross on the Steam Deck to
Oh
me.
yeah, I'd prefer it over
My,
that.
yeah, well, mainly because like anytime I play a game, it's the worst for shooters that aren't on like optimized for Steam Deck. If you're playing a shooter like that on the Steam Deck, I prefer using the trackpad because using the stick as the mouse, and then having there's no good sensitivity setting. It's like it's either too fast or too slow. They
Hmm.
don't actually let you like manage that well. So then I find myself just using the trackpad. So I don't hate the trackpads.
I despise it. In my opinion, I think, and this is a kind of a cop out answer, I suppose, but I think if I'm playing the Steam Deck, I'm not playing anything that requires mouse. It's just I just immediately any of those options just disappear for me, and I'll just play them on my PC because that is that trackpad is just annoying, and to me it takes up a lot of space, and I would just get rid of it.
I I wouldn't get rid of it, but like it is annoying to have to go into Linux all the time if I want to like install more games for emulation or whatever it is that I'm doing on my unit. You know, I wish I didn't have to flip over to Linux so often in order to do that
Mm.
stuff because it really divides me up because like sometimes I'll be like, man, you know what, I really want to play like this game on PS2, and then I'm like, ugh, then I have to like go into Linux and then figure it out there and then put it in the files and then like I wish I could just sort of manage that stuff from SteamOS without without having to go into Linux
That's a
because
good point. Yeah, it really does take you out.
yeah, just
Yeah.
like, well, I'm back. I'm back, Linux. I don't have to fuck with that stuff. Um, Also, I would get those paddles on the back. Get them the fuck out of here. Who's using those?
Yeah.
Who's using those back paddle?
Get them out.
I can see somebody maybe mapping like a quick save or something on there. Like other than that, like the like paddles on a controller are traditionally meant for like competitive play. No one's doing that on the Steam Deck. No one's playing
Yeah,
any
yeah.
competitive on the Steam Deck. That's not what it's for. Could you imagine like showing up to like a tournament, being like, "Yeah, I brought my Steam Deck. I'm ready to go." It's like no.
No.
So yeah, I don't know. I feel like those are pretty good. We had some pretty good ones. I don't know if they had anything else. I mean, screen's fine. I'm sure the OLED screen looks good too. So I'm pretty sure that's what they would run with if they did another one.
I, I've never needed glasses. I've always had fine vision.
Perfect vision. Some
Perfect,
people
you
say.
might say. I can
Yeah.
read signs from a distance. I don't really notice the difference between OLED and not.
Spencer, but the blacks are
The
blacker,
blacks are
and I mean,
blacker,
no, me,
apparently.
me, me either.
I don't
When
give a
that
shit.
switch, when I've played that Switch OLED whenever it came out, And because I just had the standard one, and then I have a Switch Lite too, but it's also just like the LCD screen. Whenever the OLED came out, I played it, and I was like, yeah, the screen looks like bigger, but like that was all I noticed. Was like the screen just looked a
Yeah.
little bigger.
You could tell me
I
it's
was like,
the same screen, and I'd be like, yeah,
yeah.
you're right. Okay. I don't
It's
notice
like,
anything. I think
yeah.
those things people pretend to notice them, or they they. I mean, I'm sure there is a difference, but if you actually presented people with that, they wouldn't notice. They just say they
Well,
do.
the Switch OLED was funnier because remember there like for like 2 years leading up to that, it was like the Switch Pro's coming, the
Yeah.
Switch Pro is coming, guys, the Switch Pro's coming, and they were like the Switch OLED, it's got a bigger screen and it's a little louder, and people were like, yes, yes, and I was like, that's not what you were asking for at all. Like, what is what we got?
Oh, we could go forever on Nintendo fanboys. We've touched on it already a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, okay. All right. Spencer, at the end of every year, a celebration is held by one of the most important members of our species. Um, Not you, not me. Even though we do, we do usually have our own. No, Mr. Jeff Keighley hosts the Game Awards, and normally on this channel, we don't pay much attention to him. We tend to ignore Jeff Keighley and give out our own rewards because I don't know. I think the idea of like doing a game reward show for video games is kind of silly anyway. But yeah, we usually don't pay much attention to it. But this year we're actually doing the opposite. We're still in summer right now, and me and Spencer are going to try to predict what we think will win certain categories for Game of the Year awards 2025.
Yeah, and to be honest, one of the reasons that I personally don't like talking about the Game Awards is I don't like giving that thing credit or giving it any kind of stock in realism. I have no respect for any of those, and
Yeah.
they are fake gamers to me, and they are pathetic, quite honestly. So I don't watch the Game Awards. I get surprised when people tell me about
Did you
them.
watch Did you watch the Summer Game Fest stuff this year?
No.
There was a moment during Summer Game Fest that I thought was just egregious, where Jeff Keighley came out and he was like, all right, guys, we're gonna be talking like I'm gonna about to show you a trailer for Hollow Knight Silk Song or whatever, and people are like, yeah, because people have been waiting to see that game, and then like Deadpool interrupts or something, and like they bring out a letter from Deadpool to Jeff Keighley, and then there's a Deadpool VR trailer instead that like, and I was just like. And like, here's the thing: is that like I get like it was a fourth wall break, but like an actual anticipated game and some shitty Deadpool VR game is what you're actually giving us. Like, kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, where I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I kind of wanted to see
That's the
the other
wrong kind
game.
of fourth wall break.
It was that's the equivalent of being because like I know it's all for last, but that's the equivalent of being like we're gonna send you all home in a brand new Porsche. It's like, whoa! It's like, actually, no, not in a brand new Porsche, with a brand new Porsche, and then y'all get like Porsche Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
That's like the equivalent of being like, no. That was me. It was just like I was watching the Summer Game Fest, and I was just watching this shitty like Deadpool VR game where Deadpool's like, haha, don't poop on your enemy. I don't know what he's saying. He's Deadpool, but he's just doing Deadpool stuff, and it looks stupid. That was just like,
Honestly, I know this is a sidebar because we're talking about the Game Awards, but is VR like kind of the next, or just not even the next, but the another mobile? Like,
is it
does it have
dead?
the same effect on you as like a mobile game announcement?
No, I don't know. I guess
To me, it does.
nothing's done anything with. I think that's the issue is that like VR. Man, this is a whole. We should have had a VR discussion. VR when we'll do that sometime. Because like I think VR had potential and it still has potential, but nobody's ever found it. is that VR came out and it was like, this is super cool. And then people were like, yeah, it is. And then it was like, well, what are you going to do with it? And they were like, nothing. And
Yeah,
then that's
like
sort of
whatever.
been the thing for like years now. It's been like, whenever I say VR game, you think of the little floating hands and the like the little interactive bits and your camera moves and stuff around sometimes.
You get
But
sick
like,
and then you take it off.
yeah, but like no one's ever actually taken advantage, like full advantage of being a VR game, you know? So I
Yeah,
think that's the issue. I think that's the problem.
it's out there somewhere, but it's to me the announcement is the akin of a mobile game. It's like we
Yeah.
well, like we creating a Dragon Quest game, and I'm like yes, and they're like on VR, and I say no.
Well.
I am out. But anyway, okay,
Yeah.
best. So we thought of like the categories for the game awards, and we picked 5, I guess, right? We picked just a
Yeah.
couple because there's too many,
Yeah.
and some of these are so stupid. Can I read you some of these that are just like they hurt my brain that somebody was like, let's make this a category.
Well, and like before we do, I don't want to say that like the people that win these categories or that are mentioning these categories don't deserve credit for what they do because they most definitely do. But at the same time, like whenever I'm watching an award show, I don't I don't care about half of these categories. So go ahead.
I just want to read some of these that I look at that I'm like mind boggled that somebody would put this up there.
Yeah.
They're so like I think and you and I disagree on this a little bit too, I think, but people there's groups of people that really think of video games as art, and then there's me who doesn't really look at it that way. I mean, there is art in video games. I agree with that.
Yeah.
But I don't look at video games as this beautiful artistic thing. And I think these game awards try to impart that idea into it, and it cringes the fuck out of me when I read some of these categories. So let me give you an example.
Okay. Okay.
The first category is game of the year. Okay, I'm with that.
Sure.
Do you know what the second category is on here? The number 2 thing that's listed is best game direction. Like,
What does that mean?
what does that even mean? What?
Like a director of a game? Is that what they mean?
Game direction. And I can even I can look at
Yeah, yeah. Give me like a
the
past example.
the winner was Astrobot, awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design.
I mean, then shouldn't you put like game design or something or like but then
You
that
would
makes
think,
the
but
question of like if it won best game design, it would win best game.
right, why is this an award? Like we have best game. Like just make that the best game. I don't know. I don't. This is so like artsy and artistic, and it's so like I don't have any. You have Balatro, Black Myth, Wukong, which Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor. Like, aren't they just game of the years? I don't understand that. Anyway, so there's that, and then there's the whatever. Innovation in accessibility. Like, is this an award that you give to a game?
Accessibility? I say maybe on that one.
Games for impact? What?
The impact of a game, maybe? I don't know. How much your game impacts the industry? Mm-hmm.
Best debut indie game?
Okay, that one maybe. I can see that one because sometimes like it seems like every year like at least two. I mean, this year was Expedition, right? But it seems like every year it was like 2 or 3 little like indie games plop up out of nowhere that like everybody's like whoa, you know. So I can kind of see that being a category.
Why can't it just be best indie game?
Debut. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, why did they have to put debut in there?
Because they have best independent game.
So why is that like best? But no, this is the best new one. Like what? or do they strictly mean like games that were shown?
Let's see what this thing
that
says.
like haven't come out yet.
For the best debut game created by a new independent studio. That's literally the description.
Oh no, okay, no. I get what they mean. Debut game. That's the first game by a new studio. I think that's what they're getting at. So
That's
like
stupid. Just best indie game. Let's just focus on that and let's not do.
No, it's not specific enough.
Yeah, they just. I mean, then it just gets into the categories, which is fine. But yeah, just some of these are just so stupid.
Some of them get into that like that issue that I have with like metal music and stuff, where like if you talk to somebody that like really loves metal music, and it's like, well, actually, I only listen to like blood metal,
Blood
and
metal,
not like I don't listen. Look, I don't listen to scream metal. Okay, like
That's
and
gay.
it's like. Yeah, and it's like, shut up. It's like that's getting into like some of that category, like that area where it's like you're trying to find way too much here.
I had a chick tell me that she was into love metal.
Love metal?
Yeah.
What does that mean? What does
Know.
that mean? They gotta be fucking?
The fuck metal, yeah. I don't know. It's
Fuck
weird.
metal? Yeah, I only listen to fuck metal.
All right, so we're going to try to pick 5 of these that don't suck and try to give you what we think will win.
Yeah. Hey, and when the Game Awards come around, we'll see if we won. We'll see if we got it.
Yeah, we'll reflect.
Yeah.
See what we get. Now, obviously, we're halfway through the year, so we have a collection of games that we know are good, and then we look forward at games that we think might be good. And I've got some big names that I can bring up. These aren't all the games, and if you have others, feel free. But I just Googled it. What are the biggest games of 2025 so far? And this will just give us something, and you can take what you want afterwards. Monster Hunter Wilds, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Avowed, Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, Tales of the Shire. I didn't even know that existed. Split Fiction.
That's the foot game. Tales of the Shire is the foot game. Have you not seen that? It's like Animal Crossing, but you have Hobbit with big hairy feet.
No, I didn't.
It's gross.
Okay. Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Doom the Dark Ages, and The First Berserker Kazan.
You know. The first Berserker Kazan.
It's a single-player action RPG from the Dungeon and Fighter universe. The Dungeon and Fighter universe. Remember that?
That sounds like a Chinese knockoff of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. We should start a YouTube channel that focuses entirely on Dungeon and Fighter.
Dungeon and Fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Dungeon and I'm Fighter.
Yeah, Fighter. So those are the games that have come out that are big, and there are obviously many, many more. But those are what I looked up. Do you want me to go over the ones that are coming up, or do you want to talk about other ones that weren't on that list?
No, we could just kind of. I think we both kind of know which ones are coming up, but you can, if you want to run through a few, you can.
All right, I'll run through all of them. There's not. It's fine.
Okay.
Mafia: The Old Country, Gears of War Reloaded, Metal Gear Solid.
Count. That's just Gears of War.
But it's reloaded. They put the ammo back in.
They remastered it for like a third time or something.
Metal Gear Solid Delta, Shinobi Art of Vengeance, Hell Is Us, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Am I crazy or didn't that already come out?
We're doing it again, boys. We're releasing it.
The Greater Circle.
Yeah, the Greatest Circle.
Everybody's Golf Hot Shots.
Hell yeah. Game of the Year.
Silent Hill F. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds.
Game of the Year for direction.
Yeah, that's the direction. It always went fast. Final Fantasy Tactics.
The direction forward.
The Evil East Chronicles. Digimon Storytime Stranger. Digimon Story Time Stranger. I think it's missing a colon for that.
Digimon Storytime Stranger. A stranger tells you a bedtime story.
Yeah. Listen here, stranger. Nin-
Once upon a time. How did you get in my house?
Get out! Don't you want to hear about Gagumon? Ninja Gaiden 4, Jurassic World Evolution 3, The Outer Worlds 2, and Pokemon Legends Z to A.
All right. You see, I think you missed a few too that were pretty notable, but it's fine. We'll pick it up throughout the discussion. So whatever categories we have besides just we have just game of the year, obviously.
Game of the year for sure. Did you want us to do categories?
Yeah, like 5 of them.
Okay. Best action adventure, so that'll capture best action game as well. So best action adventure, best RPG, best multiplayer, and what's another one? I don't know.
Family. I want to do the family.
Family. Okay. Best family. Okay.
Okay.
Let me do actually a little thing here.
Spencer's doing a thing. Spencer's doing a little thing. That's my song to like distract the audience while you do that. Spencer's doing
Keep
a
going.
thing. Watch him do it. Spencer's doing a thing. Spencer's doing a thing. Spencer, he is doing a thing. Spencer's doing a thing. No one's ever done a thing like Spencer. Spencer's doing a thing. Spencer's doing a thing. It's what plays on Spencer's phone every morning whenever his alarm goes off.
Yeah.
Spencer's doing a thing. It's just me.
It's literally you doing it. Yeah, I have the thing up. So game of the year. Da-da. Da-da-da.
No, we're going for the Big Kahuna first.
Oh, you want to do the other ones first?
Yeah. Let's do the other ones first because
Okay.
I feel like we should say that one for last.
Okay. Leave them wanting more.
Because that's the one that like actually matters. But like they can't just have a show like a reward show where they come out and they're just like Death Stranding 2 and everybody claps and then they go home.
Yeah. Okay. Best action adventure game.
Ooh, that's a good one. The best action adventure. I mean, you said Ninja Gaiden 4 is coming. That's a good one. Oh, you know what you didn't mention? Yotai. But is Yotai an awards winner?
Is it it's coming out this year officially?
It comes out. Yeah, it comes out in October. I have it pre-ordered. I have the special edition pre-ordered. Yotai feels like there's a thing going on at PlayStation that I don't like with PlayStation, where everything has to be a brand. Every game and stuff has to be like the like like whenever they show like a new game, it's like what was that game by Naughty Dog, the Intergalactic that they showed off or whatever. It was like the new game in the new franchise, and it was like it's one game. And like like they can't just have a game anymore. Like it has to be a franchise and a thing now.
Yeah.
So like my question is that not that Yotai shouldn't deserve this, but would Yotai win it? And is Yotai a quote unquote Sony franchise? You know what I mean? Like is the Ghost of Tsushima Yotai stuff like a franchise as they want it to be? Because I don't think it is.
I think it is, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know if people are gonna be like buying Yotai, like when you go to stores, you see like the tacky merch and it has like Aloy like on a water bottle or something. It has like the Last of Us stuff. Like I don't think anybody's buying Yotai merchandise or like
not yet
excited for or are gonna be like, man, they're doing the Yotai HBO series. You know what I mean? Like it's not like I don't know. Like it's a that's a whole other discussion because it feels like a disservice to the game and like what it's trying to be and like what the studio wants it to be.
Yeah.
Because Sony obviously wants it to be something else.
Maybe it'll work in the Asian markets. Maybe they have like a show or TV show thing or something.
Do you think it would win action RPG.
It could win action, yeah.
Action, yeah.
Sure, it'll be
Action.
great.
Ninja Gaiden 4 is another one that I think could.
I don't think it will.
You don't think it will? It's been a while. It's been a while since we had Ninja Gaiden, and this is I think Platinum's working on this too. So like,
Well, then you
that's a
immediately
pretty
know I'm not gonna like it. But
but still, hey, yeah, but you know what I mean. Though, like Platinum, like is pretty regarded when it comes to that stuff. So
yeah, I don't know. I think Ninja Gaiden has damaged its reputation. I would love to see them rejuvenate with this, but I guess we'll see.
good.
History
It's gonna be a
does not smile on this one, but we'll see.
I probably won't play it, but I'm excited for people that are excited for it.
Yeah. You don't think Doom: The Dark Ages has enough gusto?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. I think it'll be nominated. I think Doom: The Dark Ages is officially nominated for this category.
Nominated.
Yeah, nominations. Doom: The Dark Ages.
Oh, hold on.
No,
Sick burn or whatever.
So lazy. Oh yeah, I haven't pointed.
You haven't been pointing either.
There you go. There's your point cam. Oh no, can we do it at the same time? Ready?
Yeah, ready? Sick
Yeah.
burn
Okay. There you go.
for the kids.
What else? What else? Yeah, I don't know if Doom will. I liked Doom: The Dark Ages, but it was a single player like boomer shooter game, and I don't know how well it resonated. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it didn't have any online multiplayer. It really, and it was like in terms of like a Doom game, like it had like story and stuff, which isn't something Doom normally does. Really, like it had like cutscenes and stuff. So I don't know. I feel like kind of weird about that one. Like I don't think it would. What about Death Stranding? You think Death Stranding 2 could win this one? Would you consider that like action adventure?
I don't know. I barely watched somebody play the first one, and I would not have considered it an action adventure game, but I didn't watch a lot of it. So, remember, there's the category Best Narrative, which I'm sure maybe it would go for that.
Yeah.
But we're not covering Best Narrative.
What about Delta? You think Delta could get this?
It'll be a personal one. I don't know the broad spectrum if it'll apply to that, so I'm pulling back from that.
I'm just trying to narrow down because we have to pick something to go on this one in the action RPG. I mean, in the action adventure.
Yeah, I think I would say Ghosts of Yotai will probably take it. Okay. Yeah, I don't really see anything else.
Did Tsushima win? I don't know.
It won awards. I don't know if it won the game award or whatever. I'm sure it won something.
I don't know if it won the one that mattered.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So we'll put Yotai down for this one then.
Okay.
I'm okay with that. I'm not confident in it, but I'm okay with it.
Okay. Sick burn.
And it's funny because that's the one I have pre-ordered.
All right, Best RPG.
Claire Obscura.
This one seems like a
Expedition.
landslide for Claire Obscura.
Yeah,
So let's
Expedition 33.
I'm just trying to see if anything can compete with it. So Monster Hunter Wilds, if you consider it an RPG, kind of.
Yeah, it is. It's a good game. I think it'll be nominated. I think it'll also be nominated for multiplayer though.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. That's more of like an underground one. I don't know if it really hit big. Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
Hell yeah. Big winner right there.
Embarrassing series. Let's see. I got Digimon Storytime Stranger.
Oh my dude, I would fucking love it if Digimon Storytime Strangers like broke through and became like RPG of the year. That would be incredible. It won't happen, but that would be incredible.
And then I guess the only other one I could see, well, I guess Final Fantasy Tactics, but that's a remake. What about The Outer Worlds 2?
Is that an RPG? Oh yeah, that is an RPG. No, never mind. I was thinking of What's the other game where you fly around to different planets? What was the game called? I was thinking of that. No, Outer Worlds. That's like that's Obsidian, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I liked the first Outer Worlds to a point, but it also the first Outer Worlds had a problem where as I was playing it, I could just hear the developers behind me like whispering like we made New Vegas, we made New Vegas, we made New Vegas like the whole time. Where I was just like, am I just playing like New Vegas? Am I just playing Space New Vegas right now?
Yeah, and I almost got. I think they really needed to tone down the jokes. It
Yeah,
was a little much. It was not a little. It was too much for me. I stopped playing. It was just ugh, too much.
I never finished it. I thought it was good, but I never finished it.
Pokemon Legends Z to A.
Oh, sorry. No.
All right, we'll give it to Claire Obscure.
Do you really think Pokemon Legends Z to A would beat Claire Obscura? Could you imagine the world?
Well, that's how you'll know. This whole thing's over. All right, best RPG goes to Claire Obscure, and then let's see, best family. Best. Family.
This is going to be a bloodbath within Nintendo for this one because the Switch 2 launched this year. This is why I want to include this. The Switch 2 launched this year, and we're going to have the nominees are definitely going to be Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Pokemon, the Z to A to Z, ABC, and then two random ones from other platforms that stand zero chance here, like
a third party,
like
third party,
like
ones.
third party, yeah, like Split Fiction maybe. I can see that one making this category, or something, because that seems like it would be like a good family friendly one.
Yeah,
you know. That I don't know. Throw something else in there. I don't know what else is even coming up. Throw a fucking Lego game or something in there. Who knows?
yeah.
But
It's got to be Mario Kart.
Yeah, I guess no. I think it's gonna boil down to Mario Kart or Donkey Kong.
But like when I hear family, I think it's got to be also multiplayer, right?
I think it has it. I think it does like the Odyssey thing, where you have like a little brother mode. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, okay. Like just a hat that flies around and shoots or
I
something.
think it does something. Yeah, I think it does something like that in don't hold me to that. I don't have a Switch 2, but I think it does something like that in that game.
Either way, I still think it would be Mario Kart. I think a lot of families are getting that for Mario Kart,
Yeah.
and that was the pack-in, right? What is there?
Yeah, watch them. Watch those fuckers at Nintendo be like, Mario Kart World has sold whatever million copies, and I'm like, you packed it in.
Yeah,
that doesn't count.
well,
No, it's sold
because they have versions
4
that don't
million
have it
copies.
packed in, right?
I don't know. Do they? I think. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm sure they will, but I thought at launch they just had it with Mario Kart.
Whatever. I don't care.
Again,
to look it up.
Didn't buy it.
We didn't buy it, so who cares? I think it goes to Mario Kart World. What do you think?
Yeah, but my heart wants to say Donkey Kong, but my brain wants to say Mario Kart.
Donkey Kong is probably a better game. I hear great things.
Yeah, I mean it's by the Odyssey guys. So I like Odyssey, so I'd probably like it.
So what?
I'll know in 3 years. I'll know when I finally play it.
Okay, and then the fourth one we're gonna do is best multiplayer.
Ooh. So we already mentioned a few that I think could fit in here. Monster Hunter Wilds and Split Fiction, I think definitely go in here for that.
Okay.
What else?
Like Mario Kart, like we just mentioned, should
Oh,
probably
yeah.
go in there. Let me double check this.
There's that game Peak that I saw people play a lot of. Do you think that'll go in here?
Oh yeah, they could. I'd play that.
That game looked fun. I haven't played it, but I was watching people play it on the internet.
What about Gears of War Reloaded? That's gotta have good multiplayer.
Ah,
Hot Shots Golf.
dude, if you maybe No. As much as I would love for Hot Shots Golf to make it in this category, I don't know.
Sonic Racing?
That one's a possibility. That one's a maybe. It that depends on, because that game is going to be a gamble, because that is the Sonic Racing games actually usually do pretty well, but they're also usually developed by Sumo Digital, and Sumo's not doing this one. It is Sonic Team directly, so we will fucking see how this game turns out. But maybe, I mean, it already has like a bunch of crossover characters, and they're doing a bunch of DLC, so like it has potential to like reach a pretty big audience, you know,
Yeah.
for a kart racer.
Wasn't there a Kirby one?
Oh, it's not coming out this year.
Oh, okay. It's
Yeah, that was just literally a CD trailer where Sakurai was like, "Guys, I'm making another air ride."
this website says it's coming out in 2025.
Oh, dude, what about the other game that is coming out? Fucking the wheelchair game, the not wheelchair game. What the hell's that game called? You know what I'm talking about?
Not wheelchair?
What the hell's it called? It's the Nintendo game. The something drive ball drive. What is the damn Nintendo wheelchair basketball game? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Look it up. Look up Nintendo wheelchair game. It's Drag and Drive. I think it's what's called Drag and Drive. It uses the mouse controls.
Oh, okay. I think I saw somebody demoing that.
That game looks like fucking garbage. I don't know how Nintendo is releasing that game looking like this, because it looks like a beta of a game. It looks like test footage
Yeah.
of a game. And I'm like, this is your final product? But that's a multiplayer game that's coming out, I guess.
That is crazy that they would release
It is,
a game like that.
doesn't it look like beta footage of like really early, like, this is what a game could be? And they're like, yeah, no, that's the game.
That's the whole thing.
I feel like they were just like, we need to fill out our Switch 2 catalog this year. What do we got? Do we got anything laying around? We have that wheelchair game. Well, we can't call them wheelchairs. That's offensive.
Okay, so what do you think is gonna win?
Either Mario Kart or Split Fiction.
It says that it involves surreal VR-based narratives. Is this a VR game?
What? Split Fiction?
Yeah.
No, it's about characters going into like other virtual realities.
Oh, okay.
But I say it has a chance. I haven't played it yet. I do own it, but I haven't had a chance to play it yet. Because I played and their past games like It Takes Two and A Way Out and stuff, and Brothers. And I believe It Takes Two like won awards.
It did. Year. I'm gonna talk low. I tried to play that one with my girlfriend, and I had a good time. She was furious.
Oh no, I like that game a lot.
I liked it too, but she. Ironically, that game was about a couple getting back together. I thought if I played that anymore,
you wouldn't.
We'd be splitting apart. It only took one on that one. So the other one was not having fun. So yeah, but no, if it's from them, yeah, I would think that gets my vote.
Yeah, that's why I picked it up, because I like it's so strange too, because like they're those games are all published by EA, and I'm like, does EA let this let this one studio just do whatever the hell they want? Because that is not very EA.
Yeah, that's why I like Tencent, which seems they're like the Asian EA or whatever you want. But they'll just buy a property that's successful, but then they don't like touch it, which is what I like. They just go, why would we change what somebody did that made money? And that's such an obvious statement, but American companies just do not get that.
I think they did that. I think Tencent did that with Tomb Raider. I think they bought Tomb Raider or something.
Oh, did they?
Because I know
they have shares of everything.
Because I know Square Enix, maybe they have shares of it, but I know Square Enix sold a bunch of the Eidos stuff that they bought a while back, including like Tomb Raider and like Just Cause. I don't know if they sold Hitman. I think they might have kept Hitman, but they sold some of that stuff, and I believe Tomb Raider was one of them. And then they started doing those like Tomb Raider remastered collections where it's literally the old games, but like you can actually control them now.
Yeah,
Um,
now with controls.
yeah. So it was like it's Tomb Raider, like but you can play it, and it's like as you remember, and it's remastered, and so yeah, it's like but back to the Split Fiction team, whatever that team's called. I'm always amazed when those games come out and that studio isn't shut down
Yeah,
because I'm like how is this studio doing this? Like, how are they? Like, is there some loophole in the EA contract that they're getting around where they're able to like make the games they want and they sell, and EA doesn't shut them down or like merge them into Battlefield or some shit?
yeah.
Like, what's happening? Like, this is like their third one.
Yeah. The Split Fiction team has been removed. Has been they've all been condensed into the team that builds an AR-15 in Battlefield. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for that news story to come out,
like,
and it just never does.
Because that's what it seems like. It always happens with those fucking studios.
Yeah. They made a Game of the Year contender game last year. This year, they worked on one of the DLC for Battlefield.
I always and like it was like I think it was Toys for Bob who did Crash 4. It was like a year later. They were like, yeah, now it's like and they're gonna be an official support studio for Call of Duty. And I was like, oh, so they're dead.
They're dead.
No, I think they got bought up by a different company or something. But yeah, it was like one of those that was like maybe it was NetherSoft, which is like classic Activision studio. But yeah, it was like the support studio for Call of Duty, and I was like, God damn it, man.
It's always so sad to read like what happened to your favorite video game companies. Like, because God willing, they're still doing well and making games they want to make. But sometimes, like, you look up Camelot Studios, and they're like, oh, they made like these amazing RPGs, like that changed Golden Sun, Shining Force. They did like these crazy things. Like, what are they doing now? It's like, oh, they do all of the Mario Golfs.
I like those.
Yeah, but that's not what they.
Yeah, no.
That wasn't their original mission statement. Very clearly, was to just make
Yeah.
Mario Golfs over and over again.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, and you're half expecting, oh, and the guy that invented the company, he killed himself.
Yeah, actually, while they were working on Mario Golf Open on DS, on the 3DS, he actually hung himself
Yeah.
in his office holding a 3DS.
Yeah. He was demoing the new game.
Okay, well, we talked a lot about Split Fiction, but I don't think it'll win it. I think it'll be Mario Kart.
I think it'll be Split Fiction.
I think Split Fiction has a chance. Okay, yeah, I want to put my money down on Split Fiction then, just because I don't want Mario Kart to win it, because Mario Kart's already going to win something else, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think the Game Awards likes to take the moment to, and this is to their credit, I suppose, although to me it also is counterintuitive to voting, but I think they like to give spotlights to these kinds of things. Like, they get warm, fuzzy feelings if they give it to like an indie-ish studio or a smaller game.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's the indie company known as EA. Small little studio, small little company. You may have heard of EA.
I think that started with Ori, where it's like,
oh yeah, that was Microsoft. Oh yeah,
it's like an indie game. Well, I think it was published by Ubisoft, wasn't it?
No, Ori is a Microsoft property.
Wasn't the original? Who was it? Let me check.
There was EA has done this though. They did Unravel, and I think there was a few other ones they did. I forget what the other. There was one about a forest. I forget what it was called. Lost in Random. That was EA. EA has been doing some like some random like indie stuff.
Yeah, you're right. It was Microsoft. Maybe I'm thinking of. I don't know what I'm thinking of, but yeah, you're right. No,
yeah, Ori. Well, Ori cracks me up because whenever Microsoft does like their big splash of like the IP they own, it's always like Forza, Halo, Gears of War. That cute guy from Ori.
Yeah. Yeah, right next to the Gears of War freaks.
Yeah, next to a fucking race car.
All right, the last one is Game of the Year.
This is a big one. This is for the big, and we already gave RPG to Expedition 33, but I'm halfway convinced that it could win Game of the Year.
I'm pretty confident it will.
I don't know if it will though. Do you think? I think Death Stranding 2 might have a chance though. I think it got pretty good reviews, like pretty glowing reviews.
But I don't think people really talk about it like they talked about Expedition.
Yeah, but also you have to think it is a Jeff Keighley thing, and I don't know how much influence he has, but he loves to suck Kojima's dick.
Oh, does he?
Oh, he loves to just suck him off right there on stage, He says, "Come on out, Kojima." He gets on his knees.
That would be the funniest fucking thing.
No,
it just gets really quiet for
yeah.
like.
It's like ever since remember the whole thing with Metal Gear Solid 5, whatever Konami wouldn't let Kojima be there to accept the awards for it. It's like ever since then, yeah. It's like whenever the first Death Stranding was revealed, I remember they won awards for the trailer. For the trailer for Death Stranding 1.
Wow.
Like, the amount of, ass kissing going on there is incredible. So I think there is a chance in some way that Death Stranding could win.
I think there's a chance it'll be nominated for sure.
Borderlands 4? Hey, you know what? We didn't put that in multiplayer. We didn't put that in multiplayer.
Okay, it's in multiplayer. It won't win.
Okay, it won't win. But it's coming out in, next month, I think.
Yeah. I'm excited to play that because I'm sure I will play it, but I am not excited to listen to the characters say stuff.
I generally enjoy those games. Like, I even played the Tiny Tina one, which was like the D&D inspired one. Mm-hmm. And they're fun, but it seems like after Borderlands 3 kind of came out, it seems like those games just kind of come out and they're just kind of like a fart in the wind,
Yeah.
It's like they come out and it's like, and it's like people just kind of forget about it. And I feel like that's what's going to happen with Borderlands 4. I feel like they're trying their best to hype it up. They even had a whole PlayStation thing for it. I feel like they're trying their damnedest to hype it up, and I feel like it's going to come out and people are going to go, yeah, that's a Borderlands game right there, and then they're going to forget about it.
All right, so you say for Game of the Year, Death Stranding? And
I think it has a chance. I don't know if I want to lock that in, though.
I'm locked into
Expedition
33.
Do you think it'll win both Game of the Year and RPG?
Yeah. Yeah.
That could be a safe bet. I have played some of that game. I did think it was really good, what I played so far. What about that, multiplayer? We didn't throw in the Elden Ring thing.
Or Night Rain?
Yeah, you think that'll win That could. You know what? That could win. That could win multiplayer.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, I played it. Didn't like it.
No. Yeah, it didn't look like it would be my jam either, from what I saw.
It kind of. You might actually like it because to me it had the same feeling of playing Monster Hunter. Which is one of the reasons why I don't like it. Is I was playing it with people and they were like, okay, so now you're going to drop in and you got to go kill one mob and then you got to go kill a boss. And I'm like, I'm just here to like when I think of these kinds of games, I just like to explore and look at the stuff and kill things and enjoy it. And I remember playing Monster Hunter with people and they're like, why are you killing that raptor? We're supposed to be killing this boss over here. And I'm just like, well, I was just having fun. But they're like, it's very mission structure and focus on.
I thought you enjoyed Wilds though, right?
No.
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 I thought Wilds was all right. I think I've kind of fallen out of favor with Monster Hunter a little bit. Maybe the newer ones because they're out. I can do a whole video talking about that.
I didn't end up buying Monster Hunter Wilds. I played it a little bit, and then I realized the people I was going to play with were going to play it way more than me, and I was just going to be like a spectator in these games. And I said, it's not even worth it.
Okay.
It seemed like a good game, but it had
Yeah,
the same trappings of the reason I just said, like, I like games where I can explore the world and just have fun, and it seemed very much like kill this thing, go back, like a very, I hate the term gameplay loop because I don't think it needs to apply to everything.
That is what Monster Hunter is.
But yeah, that is like a very much looped kind of game, and I don't like that. I just like to have fun and explore.
That makes sense. All right. Yeah. No. I agree that I think Expedition could win, but just because you're voting for Expedition, I'm gonna vote for Death Stranding too, because I want us to have different. I want us to have different choices.
Sick
burn.
And
if one, yeah, because if one of us wins, the other one loses.
Oh, I like that. And now we can.
That's what I want.
Now we can battle.
Yeah. I don't want to be like teamed up on this.
Agreed.
Spencer, it's time to talk about a movie. It's movie time. Grab your tickets. Get your popcorn, everybody at home. Spencer's going to retell a tale as old as time.
Okay. For those that are seeing the footage here, it may, and if you were to watch this footage, Alex, you might think that I have accidentally messed up my recording of it, and there's pieces of it that look like wrong. That is the movie. I just want you to be clear that the movie we're talking about is War of the Worlds, not the Tom Cruise one. And not any of the, I'm sure there are older movies, and not the radio broadcast, not even the book. I'm talking about 2025's War of the Worlds. This movie is incredible. And I hope it's in the Oscar nominations. Because, wow. We officially have a new The Room. A movie that was...
Oh, it's that bad? It's Room bad?
Oh yeah. God. Oh, yeah. This was intended to be good, and there's reasons why it's the way it is, and I'll get into that in a second.
Isn't everything intended to be good? Isn't every movie intended to be good?
Yes. But again, intended to be real, like intended to be an actual like dramatic movie, and it is the funniest movie I think I've seen this year. I legitimately think it's funnier than The Naked Gun. I legitimately think that.
Oh no. That's awesome.
It is amazing.
Okay, so just to be clear, I haven't watched this movie, everybody at home. I was going to, but then I realized I don't have Amazon Prime. So what I decided to do was just have Spencer, and spoilers for everybody at home that wants to watch this, go watch it. I was gonna have. I'm just gonna have Spencer tell me this movie, so you can experience it along with me.
Okay. So the plot of this movie is your main character, who is Ice Cube, is a government surveillance agent.
Okay.
And he's able to watch feeds either through security cameras, people's phones. He's able to hack into their phones, and he's able to view like what's going on in the world. And his character arc is he's spying on his family, and they hate him. His wife is dead, and he's trying to take care of his kids, who they're older and they're in college and doing stuff. But he's kind of like watching their lives through their devices, and he spends a lot of time doing that while he's also doing government surveillance stuff. The movie is shot entirely through his monitor. So everything that you see is what he's seeing on his monitor. And in a bizarre way that I guess they can only do through Hollywood, his webcam is also being on his monitor. So like...
because you'd have to show that so that you can show his reactions,
Yes.
right?
And his reactions are the key to this movie. Is that so he'll be on screen and it's very, very clear that they recorded everything but didn't show him what he was supposed to be reacting to. So he'll go like this, and these are legitimately what it is. He goes, "Whoa! Oh no! No! What?" That is like 90% of the movie.
I can already see people are going to be overlaying those on the memes, right?
Yes, it's coming, and I need you to see
Like,
this movie before so you can understand it.
Just wait until the next Nintendo Direct. You're going to be seeing the Ice Cube face over the Direct announcements. Oh,
Yeah. So he's essentially watching things that are War of the Worlds-esque through people's like cell phones and like watching like the things happen. Now it turns out that these aliens aren't what they're after is data. So they go to data centers and they extract information out of them, and that's it.
That's it.
But the government wants the data. I don't know. It's very confusing. But the government wants the data.
What do they want the data for?
I'm sure they went over it in the movie and I just missed it, but and was too busy laughing. But it's essentially the government is hoarding data, and the aliens found out that there's a bunch of data that they have, and so the aliens try to get it and they destroy the world while they're doing it, and they end up fighting back and doing all this stuff. Anyway, there's a second part. That's the first part that I explained is the bizarrest part. And the second part is another overlay that makes it even better.
Okay.
Is that, keep in mind, this is an Amazon movie. Like, this is by Amazon. This is from them.
Yeah.
So the other half of this movie is the product placement that Amazon saves the world from an alien invasion.
No.
I swear to God.
What?
I swear to God.
Okay. You have to explain how this works. You have to explain how Amazon saves the world.
So his daughter is getting married to a guy that he doesn't like, but he's an Amazon delivery guy, and you're constantly seeing things through his camera in his like van because he hacks into the van's camera.
Yeah.
And so he's watching him and talking to him. He's like, "You better help my daughter," because I'm doing a black guy, and the guy is white, and he's like, "Okay, yeah, I'm gonna help." And I think that for the first half of the movie, they're very clearly saying that the Amazon delivery drivers will deliver in even the worst of conditions, even if there's like an alien invasion. The Amazon
is he in like the vest and everything?
Yes. He's in the whole getup. You can see Amazon packages behind him. He is delivering throughout the movie.
God damn it! I need to watch this now because I don't work this job anymore, so I can talk about it. I did that job for like a year.
Yeah.
I did Amazon delivery, and so this is kind of funny to like see what like they marketed that job as.
Yeah. And so at a certain point, it's almost like it reminds me of like Independence Day, where they like gave a computer a virus. They basically did that in this movie. But the thing is, he's not like Ice Cube isn't allowed to have thumb drives because it's a government thing, and they're like, no thumb drives because we don't want you taking data out. So they have to find a way to get a thumb drive with a virus and get it to Ice Cube, who's locked in his facility. And by the way, they show a lot of footage of him running downstairs, like holding the camera and running downstairs. I don't know. It's out of.
Why is he holding the camera?
I don't know. It's out of control. But anyway, they have to find a way to get it. So how do they get it? They have to have Ice Cube order a USB drive through Amazon. And they have one that have a USB that has the virus in it, and he puts it in a package and gives it to the drone, and then he flies the Amazon drone to Ice Cube. Meanwhile, while you're watching it, because you see the whole thing, like you see it from the drone's perspective, it has like an Amazon Prime logo at the bottom just to tell you that it's Amazon doing it. It is incredible.
Oh, fuck.
The product
What the
placement
fuck?
of this movie is phenomenal.
Wait, so who's flying the drone? Is it just flying
the
from the
dim-witted
facility?
Amazon guy.
That's not how that works.
That's how he does it in this. And he's like, I did the training. And he's like, you have to see it. It is by far the best movie I've seen this year. I don't know if I've laughed as hard at anything in recent times than this movie.
I wish they would have showed like the facility workers getting getting the USB drive ready in the facility.
Yeah,
because I've been into those Amazon facilities. Everybody that's working inside of an Amazon facility, like either getting the packages ready to ship or getting the stuff ready to like load it to a truck, they look like they want to kill themselves 24/7. None of them they all look miserable in those fucking facilities. So I kind of wish like they would have had a shot of like a guy just like very like apathetically like Christ gonna like just putting the USB stick in a box.
Yeah. This movie. So here's what I've heard about this movie, which brings it into a little bit of perspective. This movie was filmed supposedly in 2020. So if you think about it, that explains a lot of why they're all separate. Like they're all filmed just alone in a webcam kind of setting. So it does make more sense when you look at it through that lens, if that is true. But it also is very confusing. Yeah, like why is it so late? What happened? Did they just have it and they're like, oh, we forgot to ever release this. Let's just put it out. But it is a treasure. This is a treasure of a movie that has to be seen by everybody. It is. You will not laugh harder than anything. You will not laugh harder at Naked Gun. I promise. This is funnier than any comedy.
They should have had like the Amazon driver like pull over and like pee in a bottle.
Yeah.
I
gotta make my time.
Yeah, I don't have time to stop.
Because so his daughter is pregnant, and she gets in an accident like a problem while the aliens are invading, and like a piece of like metal goes through her leg, so she's like hurt and bleeding out and whatever. And so you just watch you watch Ice Cube, like his face as he's typing like really fast, trying to get and he's like, hold on. And then he gets a hold of the boyfriend. He's like, I need you to get to my daughter now. And he's like, I'm working on it. And he's driving. He's like, okay. And then he goes back. It's just him flipping through different screens just constantly. And
is his face ever like super close like this?
Always. It's always uncomfortably close. And he looks like he has no idea what he's doing because he doesn't.
Because he does it.
Because he's Ice Cube. It's incredible. You have to see it. It's
God damn it. I gotta watch this movie now, man.
Get the family together and watch it. It is unforgettable. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure whenever the original War of the Worlds was written, I'm pretty sure this was the vision.
This is Endgame. H.G. Wells.
Yeah. H.G. Wells was like one day a little startup company named Amazon.
Make a propaganda movie.
Make a propaganda film for themselves using my work. God damn it. That sounds funny as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
I love the idea of like glorifying like Amazon employees as well. Because like I don't know if people at home know this, but like the drivers because I was a driver for Amazon, and honestly, it wasn't the worst job, but it wasn't that bad a job for me because the drivers for Amazon don't work for Amazon. They work for third-party companies that are contracted through
Mm,
Amazon. So I worked for a third-party company, and then we had a contract through Amazon. So I never directed, like, I never reported directly to Amazon. Yeah, they do have those cameras and the things, and they don't communicate to you through them or anything. They just use them for like to monitor, like if you get into an accident or like if you're not wearing a seatbelt, So just to make sure you're like complying with like traffic laws. But that you never actually like directly report to Amazon whenever you're a driver. So that's
yeah.
even funnier that they're trying to promote a job that they don't actually supply. They just contract other companies to.
Yeah.
Like that's funny.
Well, I think it's because I think they did that because even though like people don't necessarily know that they're not contracted, they're ironically they're still kind of the face of Amazon because
Oh yeah, yeah,
they're
yeah.
the ones
No,
that show
you
up and deliver
constantly
it.
see so you constantly see like the new trucks out. Like now they have. I'm sure you see them too. They have the EV trucks now that
Hmm.
are everywhere, like the big electric ones.
Yeah.
Man, those are actually really nice. They have dude those EV trucks. They have like air conditioned seats. It's crazy.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's so nice on a hot summer's day. You sit down, it's like a nice cool seat, So,
Yeah, that's
but
fantastic.
yeah, it's sick. But yeah, like you see those out, and you see the guys in the vests like delivering the package. Like, yeah, they are like I guess they are like the face of Amazon, but they aren't actually Amazon employees. That's funny.
Yeah. Anyway, 10 out of
What? So
10. This
so
is
so hold on. I still have a few questions. So the guy that Ice Cube's talking to that's driving the truck, he just goes anywhere he wants.
oh yeah. It's
No, you immediately get fired.
well, no. But I mean, at the point that he's doing this, there's an alien invasion going on, and the
Immediately fired.
immediately fired. Fair enough.
Look, yeah, be like, look, we don't care that there's an alien invasion. You had 156 stops today, and you took 30 minutes off of your time.
I'm curious about this 30-minute window where you drove, and I know that you drove past a tripod alien machine that was destroying downtown. But what happened after? Like, there's 30 minutes of
Yeah.
just where it's blank after that moment. What happened there?
That's
Can you?
Jeff. Jeff Bezos is like steaming in his office.
Yeah.
30 minutes. We don't even offer our warehouse workers a bathroom break.
Yeah. So anyway, 10 out of 10 movie. You
10 out of 10.
you have to watch this movie. It's incredible.
Be looking out for the Ice Cube reactions on things to come.
Yes.
This is a good year for it. A
Yeah.
lot of things happened this year, and will continue to happen. And Ice Cube will be there going, "Whoa!"
No, hold on. It's more like this. It's more like-
It's like really close. Is this how we should end the show?
I think so.
Okay. Thanks for watching and listening, everybody. Thanks for. I'm not doing another point. Thanks for coming on the podcast, and listening to us talk for forever. I feel like we've been doing this for 2 hours. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. Let us know if you watched War of the Worlds. I'm gonna get really close. Let us know if you watched War of the Worlds. Bye.